Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie. I live in Utah Zone 6/7, and today we're going to do another plant of the week. And the plant that I've chosen to do today is lilies. Now, I like to focus on water efficient plants, and maybe some of you are wondering if lilies are actually water efficient, and I'm here to tell you they are very water efficient. So let's go look at the type of lilies that I have and then talk about why I feel they're water efficient. Now, I actually should have done my lily video a couple of days ago. Last night we had a huge windstorm and it broke some of my lilies, toppled some of the other ones over, but they're still flowering beautifully, so I wanted to show them to you. Now, I have several different varieties. The first one that flowers is this one, and I think this is a tiger lily. Now, I'm not going to be, I'll research it and put the names on the screen. I won't have the exact name, but I'll have the type of lilies. But this is my very earliest bloom, and then planted together with it I have this gorgeous yellow lily, and we got some more of those that are getting ready to bloom. Now, these aren't blooming yet, but these are my trumpet lilies. They get hugely tall. This one's probably 6 to 7 feet tall right now. It's not blooming yet, but I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last year, and these are absolutely gorgeous. Let's go show you some more, one of which got broken in the wind last night. Now, this lily right here was standing up straight yesterday, and I do have to say I did look at it and think about putting a stake on it, but I'm wondering if I put a stake on it, it would have actually snapped the flowers off. We did lose one stem of it, but I do remember that is actually on the hood of my car in my garage. I was going to stick it in a vase, but then I closed my garage door and forgot about it. This is the same type of lily as the one on the other side, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I will probably stake this one today, if I can remember. And like I said, these are trumpet lilies. Let's go show you another trumpet lily that I have. Now, this lily right here sticking out from under my tree, this is a weeping, what is it? Oh, Snow Fountain's weeping cherry. This is one of the first lilies I ever planted. It's another trumpet lily. It's got gorgeous big yellow blooms, and I'll show you a picture of what those look like. And these are some of my very, very favorite lilies. These are not as tall as the ones on the other side, and I've never had to stake them, but they are gorgeous. Now, I think these are stargazer lilies. These are also gorgeous. They're a clear orange, and I love when they bloom because they contrast with my lavender, which is right in front of it. So when you get the lavender and the lilies together, it's gorgeous. Now, right here in front of my catmint is another big group of stargazer lilies, another orange one. They are the same variety as the other side, and they got a little hammered by the wind yesterday. And then I absolutely love my white ones. This patch has also been here almost as long as the yellow trumpet lily, and I love them. It just stays about this size, and the contrast with the orange and all of the purples in here just makes my heart happy. Now, we have a different variety of lily right here. It is orange, but it has spots in the center, and it's the last one of mine to bloom. Now, I don't have any blooming right now, but I'll get a picture to show you what it looks like. Now, it's the life cycle of lilies that make them water efficient and what makes them so easy to grow. Lilies are planted by a corm, and you should plant those in early spring before everything starts coming out of dormancy. And they are a little corm that have little scales on the outside. You plant those lily bulbs about 2.5 times as deep as the bulb is big. And then they just come up and they grow and spread, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Now, once the flowers are done, I cut the flower head off just to avoid them going to seed, because if they start going to seed, it might reduce the life of the plant. And then I will leave the foliage until it dies back, and then I'll cut it to the ground. And it usually dies back by the end of August. So those get cut to the ground at the end of August, and that's it. Now, once the flowers are done blooming, they don't need a ton of water, and I actually think they don't like a ton of water, otherwise they start rotting. So they are very water efficient. Here in Utah, we get a lot of spring rains. That seems to be enough water for them, other than the once a week that I water the rest of my plants. Now, for fertilizer, I do fertilize them when I plant them, and sometimes if I remember, I'll fertilize them in the spring, and they do seem to do better if I fertilize them in the spring once they break dormancy. But other than that, they're a very easy care plant. with the caveat of remembering to stake your tall ones, which I will need to remember to do after this video. Now, I would love to hear which lilies are your favorite, and are there different kinds of lilies that you're able to grow that we're not able to grow here in Utah? So hopefully this video is helpful for you. If it is helpful, I hope you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.